Hi friends, welcome back or to the channel. Happy Thanksgiving. Today's the day. So I recently bought LEDs for this, headlights, and when I put them in, they just kind of flicker and dance and on and off and all that fun stuff. So I need to buy a decoder harness, like an anti-flicker harness. I actually need to buy two of them because this truck has spider headlights in it, which is two separate bulbs, one for low, one for high. Because, you know, factory ones is a single bulb, but I don't like factory headlights. So I bought the spiders, and now I put the incandescents back in here, and one of my high beams is out. So for the third time in 3 days, I'm taking the headlights out of that truck. And we're going to swap the high beams, but I'm going to take you guys along for the ride this time. And kind of got just a bunch of time this morning to kill. So we're just going to do some odds and ends out here. Going to work on these headlights. And then I did find a steering box on the ground under the tow truck when I picked it up. But it appears that it had been sitting there for quite a while. So I'm going to walk out there and grab the box, and then we're going to lock it in the vise and see if I can get it to free up. And start by popping the hoodus. This thing is filthy. I don't like it. Anyway, these third gen Dodges, inside the fender right here, you have to remove that rubber plug because there's a nut right there. I don't know how well you guys can see it in there, but that's one nut that holds the headlight in. One bolt here, and then you have to pop it straight forward because up here there's a plastic push clip that kind of locks the top of the headlight in. So I'm going to get the bolts out and then we'll come back. Okay, got all my bolts out. To do this job, really all you need is a 10 mil and like a, I don't know, 3-inch extension maybe. That's it. Grab your mount here. And just pull straight out. Flip your headlight over. Let's get you guys a different vantage point here. There we go. Now, like I said, my spider headlights have dual bulbs. And that thing is down in there, you know, like I can barely touch the end of the connector. So pull that connector clear down in there. Just grab a hold of it. Now they say when you're changing light bulbs, you're not supposed to touch the element or the actual glass because the acid on your hands causes them to go bad or whatever. So you should probably have gloves when you do this, but I'm not smart. I'll be right back. It is a cold morning. There's one I took out. There's the Silver Star. See how it's got like a bluish hue? I've never actually used these Silver Stars, but they're supposed to be pretty bright, you know? So I guess I'm about to find out. Like I said, this is just a temporary fix until my anti-flicker harnesses show up. So now these spiders, so these headlights have that flat spot right there on the top. The spiders, you have to put them in where the flat spot faces up. Just drop it down in there. Flip the pliers back around, push the clamp down and back over. grab flip my pliers back over the, lock it in. And that's it. Now, this is that clip I was telling you about that walks into this ring right here. So when you go to put your headlight in, you have to line this stud up with that hole, and it has to just kind of sit straight. Push this in. See how I got this gap right here? No mas. Once you get that locked in, that gap goes away. Now, before I put it all back together, let's turn them on and make sure that it works. We have light. Size a little dimmer. But I know they work. So we're going to just knock out the other side off camera, you know. But the last couple of days, I have noticed that when it's cold outside, which, you know, it's wintertime, my FAS pump doesn't activate when I first turn the key. You know, start the truck and let it run for, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes, and then shut it back off. And when I roll the key again, the fuel pump kicks on. I don't know if that's a sign that something's wrong with my pump, or if it's just a, you know, like a weird thing with being cold, because I don't remember it doing this before. Maybe it did, and I just don't remember. But, you know, I have another month to figure it out. So that's going to be super fun. I hope that thing's not going out, because I don't want to buy a new fast pump. Those things are quite a bit. So hopefully, you know, it's an easy fix, or I don't have to fix it at all. But locked in, pretty stable. Well, as stable as my vice table is. Don't know how well these threads translate, but pretty nasty. I'm going to try to clean them up with like a little file. I'll just file all the way around, see if I can get this nut to come off. The threads look good where the pitman arm goes. But again, I'll just come through with a file and clean all this shit up. These splines look fine. They're dirty, but they're fine. What I'm going to do is just dump a little ATF down in here and let it soak for a little while and see if I can get it to free up, because I do have the piece, the clamps on here that I'm going to put on here and grab it with a wrench and see if we can get it to turn. So I got to walk all the way back out to the truck, but I've already spilled some, but you know, whatever. Hell yeah, dude, drink it up. Let it slowly burp itself out. Okay. Bubble, bubble. Probably would be a little bit smarter if I, you know, clamp this thing in completely vertically, but I don't really want to undo the vise and move the thing around, so this way works fine. Well, it's been about, I don't know, 2 hours of this box just sitting out here with fluid in it. So now I got to clean up all of these splines so I can try to put this piece on here, but I got to clean up inside here too. So just out here with a little pick and a rag, cleaning out splines. Probably gonna take me about 20 minutes. Now that we got this on, all bolted and everything, now we have to worry about this guy. And these threads may have been recovered from the Titanic, but I gotta try to get that nut off, and then we'll start chasing threads. Hey guys, I found the size is a 3/8 by 16 bolt. Got my tap here. Put a little bit of tap magic on these threads. And go in there, just like 2 or 3 threads, you know. And then I take it back out. When you pull it back out, it evacuates any gunk that's stuck in the threads of your tap. Keeps them clean, keeps you from screwing up or breaking a tap. I know some people like to just take a tap and shove it in an impact driver and send her home, but I'm not one of those people. I won't do that to my taps, or to my bolt holes for that matter. Look at all that. And now that hole, those threads look like they will take a bolt just fine. But before we go on with that, I need to try to put this back on real quick. We'll see what happens. Because since we cleaned up the threads on that shaft, the nut should thread on there fairly easily. The very end of the nut where they didn't thread it all the way down on the shaft is kind of gunky, but it's not too bad. This is the same process as chasing the threads in these holes. You go on a little bit, then you take it off a little bit. It's getting kind of sticky. Go back off, go back on. Just a little bit at a time. Here, I'll bring you guys over here so you can see what I'm talking about. This. Got a little bit tight, so now we're going to back it off. Clean all the gunk out of those threads. Just keep doing this. So now it's hard, but it's not, it doesn't feel like it's going to get stuck, you know? It just feels like old threads. Honestly, this morning, I didn't even think this box was going to come unfrozen. I thought it was just going to be stuck and I was going to have to throw it away and buy a new one. But a little bit of patience. We got the box moving. I got the sector shaft nut cleaned up, got the threads cleaned up. This is moving perfectly, actually. I flipped upside down, second verse, same as the first. A little tap magic on that boy. This one. See, that one was kind of sticky. But even that wasn't bad. It's all the way through. Pushed out some dirt, some rust. Not bad at all. I would say it's pretty much ready to go back in the truck. Now what we're going to do is apparently leak transmission fluid all over my thighs. Alright guys, we're here under the hood. I'm trying to set this into place, this box, because it just basically slides right down, bolts into the frame. But I realize that there's already a rag joint and the coupler here attached to the steering column. And I don't think there's a shaft that goes between the two. I'm pretty sure the end of the box just mates up to this. So I'm going to go ahead and unbolt this. Get out of here. Unbolt this. See if I can just get this to slide right on the end of that box. And then if that's the case, this is easy peasy. I don't have the bolts for this box. I'm going to have to go into town and get them. And see, we can't get this taken off, shall we? And this wire is just right in my business. Get out of here. I don't even know what that wire goes to. I grabbed this, because this is the right size for the steering box deal. But I also grabbed a crescent wrench, because it's kind of a pain to get in and out from underneath this hood. And I don't want to do it more than I have to, so. Good Lord. Probably wouldn't have been as bad if it wasn't so damn cold, but it's cold under here. Okay, got the nut off, got the lock washer off. Now, that thing just, well, it's supposed to just come right out of there. But it ain't. There we go. Ta-da! End up doing all kinds of stuff off camera, just, you know, because I get myself just into work mode. But this is the piece that's just going to spline on the end of that steering box. I hope. Ah, good grief. Oh man. Clear down there. I need something here to move, because this boy is being real sticky. There she goes. Here. Let's move you guys over so you can see what we're up to. Taking this bolt back out for like the 5th or 6th time this morning. No big deal. Okay. Got this thing all mounted up to the box. Sorry you can't see it. Here. With you?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
If you're gonna go, put your snowsuit back on. Okay. Alright. Let's go. I'm pretty sure this thing is just gonna mount right up to this thing right here. Like that. Yep. Perfect. I don't actually need a steering shaft. That is fantastic news, boys. Now, Now I have to climb back out of here. Or, well, yeah, I have to climb back out of here and check the steering wheel and get it centered. And then line these things up here. That way, you can just bolt these back together. I'll throw some zip ties in here to hold this to the frame until we get the bolts, and then we'll be able to steer this thing, boys. Okay, we checked the, I checked the steering box for center, or the steering wheel for center. The box should still be pretty close to center from where I had it before. So, let's get up in there. Just like that. Turn it around a little bit so we can get this bolt in there, maybe. Okay, perfect. It's great news, man. I'm pretty excited for this thing to have a functioning steering wheel. You have no idea. Because once I get this steering wheel set, I'll actually be able to move the truck around safely. Well, once I get this set, then I have to climb down underneath it and roll the pitman arm on, which is easy. You know, this guy here, I'll just take the nut off, lift this up, spline it on, run the nut on. Easy peasy. Whew, my back's killing me. It's not even the reason I come in here. But I couldn't be happier that this thing actually, the steering box actually went back in where it's supposed to go. This is the actual reason I climbed underneath this hood in the first place. Because it's, I don't know, 1/4 inch thick or so. So I get to spend the next, I don't know, 40 minutes or so, my little scraper, just mucking out grease. So I'm going to put you guys up on time lapse and just get to work. Well, it's not perfect, but it is a hell of a lot better than it was. Except now it's all over my boots. So I got to do just in here on the frame, and there's a bunch more that needs to be done, but not right now. For now, I just wanted to get the big chunks of shit out of here. So yeah, I'm going to clean the inside of that frame like I just showed you guys, and then I don't know, probably go inside and wash my hands and hang out for a little while, and, you know, see if Tabitha needs any help. Thanksgiving. So I will be back probably with more progress, but I don't know about today, because again, it's Thanksgiving and it's already 2:30ish. So pretty good progress today. Made a dinosaur steering box. We unfroze it, cleaned up the splines. I'm pretty sure the pitman arm is going to just go right back on, you know, hopefully. And maybe tomorrow we'll fly into town and I'll see if I can find the bolts for that steering box. But that'll be another video. If you've made it this far, thank you. Consider dropping a subscribe and liking the video and doing all the stuff, you know, the usual YouTube stuff. And more progress to come on the tow truck, because like I said, now that we have a functioning steering wheel, it'll be easier for me to move the thing around. Maybe we'll put it under the carport, and I gotta do a little bit more research and make sure that that bell housing is going to work with the motor that I have, because if not, we're kind of back to square one and I'm just going to leave the truck where it sits. But if it will work, probably put it under the carport and get it ready for a motor. So remember, guys, your dreams aren't going to work unless you do. So even if it's a holiday, don't stop your progress. Keep working on your projects. Love you, bye.